There is significant development this morning in a long-running case, a story that dominated international headlines back in 2007. The disappearance of that little girl, Madeleine McCann, who was just 3 when she disappeared from a resort in Portugal. Do you remember the stories after? An international search, major police operations, more than 600 people identified as being potentially significant. Well, British and German police who've been investigating together have today announced what they say is a potentially major breakthrough. They have a new suspect. And let's turn to freelance reporter Cindy Palm for the very latest. This is a story so many will remember, Cindy. We just had an update from investigators in Germany, as I said, working in conjunction with British authorities. What are they saying about the case?
Well, Heather, German police believe this is now a murder investigation. They believe that 3-year-old Madeleine is dead. This is a case, as you say, that has really gripped the world for the last 13 years, people wondering what happened to this 3-year-old girl. Madeleine McCann disappeared from her apartment in a resort in Portugal. Her parents were at a nearby restaurant just 60 meters away. Well, now German police say they do not believe she is alive. Authorities also say they believe that other people know what happened to her. Authorities do have a suspect in this case, a German man, and authorities are appealing for people to come forward and take a listen to what police have said.
There may be people in the past who have been quite fearful of coming forward to the police. My message is to anybody that has information, did he speak to you in confidence and tell you what happened that night? And that is my message. And the message really is associated with the fact he is currently in prison, and this might be a good time, this is a good time to come forward.
And the parents of Madeleine McCann also released a statement after this latest development, and they said this: all we have ever wanted is to find her, uncover the truth, and bring those responsible to justice. We will never give up hope of finding Madeleine alive, but whatever the outcome may be, we need to know as we need to find peace. And in the early stages, Heather, of this investigation, we also know that the parents of Madeleine McCann were also facing a lot of scrutiny as well. So this is really a case that has been so puzzling for over a decade.
It really has. The world watched that so intently. The suspect, this man they have centered on, what do we know about him, Cindy?
We know that he's a 43-year-old German man. He is white. Now, because of Germany's privacy laws, we don't know his identity. But what police have said is that he has a history of sexual violence, including against children, and that he's actually in prison right now, convicted of a sex crime. We also know that he was living in the area where Madeleine disappeared at the time of her disappearance. And UK Met Police have actually released some photos of vehicles that he had driven at that time 13 years ago. So again, we don't know his identity. Police have simply said that he has a history of not just sexual violence, actually, but of break-ins, of burglaries. He was known to go into people's homes and steal their things, and of course, of violence. So this is a huge, huge breakthrough. And as you heard from Madeleine's parents a little bit earlier with a statement, you know, this is something where they want to get to the bottom of it, to know what happened to Maddie.
Cindy, I really appreciate this update. Thank you very much. Cindy Palm is in London this morning.